thing. Oh, Gavra's in.
Oh, Gav's arrived.
Alright, I believe we're starting to ready up, which is good news.
I was about to ready up myself, then realised, wait, we're spectating, I can't.
This circuit layout is based on the Chinese Shang character, to which I can't find, which means to Sen also gives Shanghai its name.
That's actually quite cool.
Yeah, that's quite cool and interesting, though.
That is actually quite interesting from Natty.
Yeah, if you saw the state of Shanghai literally right now in real life, it's literally like it's not like Valencia because that's just died out, but this
I actually liked the Valencia track.
Yeah, but my favourite one is which is not on the calendar. It's got to be Mugello. It's just like high speed.
Mugello's so good. I've really been enjoying driving Portimao. Now it's actually in the game.
Yeah. I don't mind Portimao. I don't really mind it. It's not my favourite, to say that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's my favourite, but it's nice to have a new track while the game's out, rather than it just being like all the tracks are there. But I like what they've done adding them in.
Yeah, I'll let you know when we're starting. Which I'll just when I say like hello, welcome, then that means then we've just started.
Cool.
Okay, we've started. Hello everyone and welcome to Gavra Racing on a new season. I could call it. It's finally started. It's race week here in Gavra Racing, and it's great to see here in the Freshman League around the iconic Shanghai circuit. And I can't wait, and as well as the man alongside me, Geek Fusion, he can't wait as well to relive the action once again after a 3-4 month long wait. We're back in action.
Yeah, it feels weird being on this side for once, not racing and being behind the booth. But I'm really looking forward to it. We've got a strong list of drivers this year, so it should be fun.
Yeah, so hello to Ben Robert, hello to JMB Cyril, NDM Game, which is Nazi, F Geordie, and then Castengel in the chat. Hello to everyone, and yeah, so we got a little bit of new drivers here. Some from the academy, some who have actually stayed after the prelim results. But yeah, probably let's see what can they do. So at the moment, 14 drivers. Valter Harris arrives on the medium compound tire, so maybe he's looking to try and get something out of there. Maybe he's trying to feel how the mediums are around the circuit. Hello to Dennis Hebler, aka the Hebler. But yeah, Geek Fusion, it's great to be back for commentary. I believe it's your first time commentating, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm looking forward to it, actually.
So F Geordie. Oh, sorry there. F Geordie asking, 14 drivers, what will the strategy be? The strategy, it'll be very difficult. I think the tie-way right here, Geek Fusion, is just absolutely just not good.
It's really not.
It's just...
I've tried in some practice races I've tried tried to do soft medium, try and do a one-stop. It's so difficult. By the end, the tyres are just gone.
Yeah, if you do for medium hard, then you can definitely do the one stop, but most likely probably a soft medium, or if someone's going very bold and aggressive, a soft medium soft, or maybe just a soft to hard if they're risking some late tyre issues and the lack of pace. But at the moment that we see drivers now pulling out of the garage of their teams and are looking to start their first flying laps. Some of them first time in the Freshman League and first and probably for the second time or third time here in the Freshman League. But at the moment, Daz is now starting his lap in the McLaren now. So let's see what he can do. Last season, he's been kind of decent. He's had some off moments, but yeah, Geek Fusion. China can be a very, very, very basically a demanding track around like the corners, the traction zones and everything like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you're on a controller, I find I really struggle with the long sweeping corners that are here. If you're on a wheel, you definitely have an advantage.
Yeah, so here, as you can see, is the previous pole positions. As you can see, great graphics there from Gavra. So previous pole position, Kebab Barrages, who isn't, I believe, in this grid. Yes, in the Williams, took pole position here at China, and then Jutsikev and P2, and then Pepelek for season 1 takes pole position. But let's see who can be the season 4. Whose name is going to be up there? Hello to Heblerino. And yeah, so soft to medium, yeah, it's definitely not possible. If you got Perez Portimao tyre management, then you probably can't do it.
So hope that everyone stays out of Daz's way now as he's finishing the lap.
Yeah.
Looks
So,
like he's going to be the first driver to set a time. Hasn't invalidated. Looks good.
Yes. Now through the final corner, DRS open for the British driver. He sets the timestamps of a 34.7, which is not that bad.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Yeah, that is not a bad time, but Unique J
goes
follows it. Tenturi now with a 33.2, as now Tenturi as out der Echter. Wow.
These are quick times.
Yeah, these are absolutely quick times. So there's now Ahtinen, I believe it's that. Ahtinen, as now the sunny spells surround the Shanghai circuit as Ahtinen
V Roby's had a spin.
Svirobi spinning in his debut in the main leagues. Hello to Woody in the chat, and yeah, so for those who are new, it's me, Zexify, and Geek Fusion who's making his debut commentary, which is very good to see. But V-Roby not having the best of starts, and that could be very costly, Geek Fusion, because of the tyre wear. That could hamper that stint.
Yeah, absolutely. He's only going to have a couple more laps now. He missed out on one attempt. Everyone else seems to be okay, though. Slowly getting through the laps. We'll see where they put him on the board.
Yeah, so Mason at 83 now goes P2 in the Red Bull. His teammate obviously not set a lap yet, unfortunately, but now Robert Coulthard's now out for the lap. Probably one of the biggest. I've got a prediction here for the whole season. He could maybe do a very good season here compared to last season. Sector 3 yellow flags. I believe that's stopping. As I saw it in Vermelho on his out lap, I believe. Against an oversteer at the end of turn, at the start of Sector 3 there, Geek Fusion, if you were on Novaldo Harris in Vermelho's POV, he kind of got a lot of oversteer, which could be very common in the race as well as qualifying.
Yeah, absolutely. You can end up wrecking one lap around here, just a little bit of wheel spin. Vermelho's just gone deep as he's on his out lap.
Yes, now he's
Doesn't
just
seem to have affected him though.
Yeah, as hello to Triple O 77. Hello to Woody, as he says, go on Coddy, who now is about to start his lap. So, but yeah, Vermelho now going through the S's pretty cleanly, doing a pretty good S. Is as he does get a bit of oversteer, a bit of a twitch. Like the Twitch streaming logo, as now he goes into sector 1 25.2, which is not that bad for himself, but now he's going through the very difficult SSC, the long left here, as now it's just now a very, very difficult right-hander, which if you touch a curb, goodbye rear wing, you're gone and you spun. And ruined your lap as Vermelho goes a bit wide but just does not invalidate, which is a very, very lucky thing for Vermelho. He just has a 53.9 actually, as now he's going through the right hander. Now he's going to go out onto the long straight, one of the longest straights in the calendar, as now DRS will be wide open, and now the Scarlet Red Ferrari will be soaring down the straight, and now he's going to go to the heavy braking zone. The brakes are going to get cold now. Make sure you do not lock up as he goes very deep, unlike his last lap, as he doesn't validate his lap, that means he's got to go for another lap in the
One
Ferrari.
advantage he has here, though, he's on the medium tyre, so he might be able to get a couple of laps out of them.
Yes, exactly. The mediums don't wear as quick as the soft, so let's see what happens. But at the moment, the Edgester leads the standings of the qualifications. No racing, but still supporting Gavra Racing, says Triple O. But yeah, at the moment, it is very, very, very close. Top two. It's about 10th or two between the both of them, Mason and De Edgester. De Edgester, he has been picking up the pace recently, as well as Mason 83. Unfortunately, in the academy last season, he just had a very wretched season. But I know he can maybe try and do something in the freshman league. But yeah, so Geek Fusion, what is your top 3 prediction for this race?
Ooh. I'm going to say Mason's in with a good shout. De Etcher as well. And I'm going to say Sabo, because he's just set a very good time on the medium tyre, where he's only half a tenth behind some people on the softs. So he could be in for a pretty good strategy this race.
So, I think, so as you see, that's my top 3 predictions. Sabo the Mister taking P1 redemption after his wretched race last season, in season 3 at the start. V Roby, I think, second. I think he has got the pace. He's very quick. He actually raced in the Premier Series last season. He was very quick. And I've got a bit of hands on Tenturi because he was very quick as well. So let's see what can these 3 do. So hopefully they, my prediction goes right, but I'm not sure about that yet. But yeah, Geek Fusion, Dexter's in a good shot as well as Mason 83 and Sabo as well. So they are very, very quick drivers. But at the moment, Sabo the Mister is on the mediums, of course. But he might show a bitter pace at the end of qualifying, as it's just 7 minutes until the end of qualifying.
So far, no one's been able to challenge Mason or De Etcher. They seem to be in a league of their own.
Yeah, 5-10 separate Kebab barrages. As that
there we go. Kebab's just jumped up.
Yes, speaking of which, is now V-Roby. By 1 millisecond, Geek Fusion, talking about bitter distances, 1 millisecond. The top 4 separated by just 14 hundredths of a second. Wow. Just wow.
It V-Roby a couple of goes, though, so on his final run, he might be able to find more time in that. Ooh, Mason goes fastest. Thick tenths between him and De Etcher now.
So maybe the track conditions are improving, allowing the drivers to have more grip and speed in the corners, maybe. Or maybe they just had just the pace and the perfect lap. Yes, but De Etcher has also improved a lot over the past few months. Yeah, De Etcher has improved. Yeah, exactly. Eblerino, he has improved very big as well. The academy, De Etcher spun at the exit of before the big long straight, as De Etcher has spun. He's lost the rear at the exit, which is very strange, and that is very similar to what Sabo the Mister did in his crash, as someone's put a big jump. That is Unique J.
Very good lap time from him there.
As now it's 1100 separate Unique J and V-Roby, as now a lot of drivers are challenging now. Look, just the gaps, especially the top 5. Not that big, but there's around 6/10 between the top 5, which is pretty big. But it can be closer. Now we're into under the 5-minute mark, Geek Fusion, and now the drivers are going to be now preparing, making the final adjustments to their setups, and making sure they get that perfect lap to season off the qualifying.
one of the things I'm going to be most interested to see is if these people that have set laps on the mediums are going to decide to go onto the softs. Going to be that choice of a better strategy or a better starting position.
Yeah, Sabo the Mister's got that good P11, which can be pretty beneficial at some scenarios of the race, because you get 3 tyres choice. Robert Cosfather doing a pretty decent result with a P12 in the Mercedes, so hopefully he can improve on his lap. But now I'm just looking at Actonen, as now he crosses the line now with DRS. He crosses the line now. What is it? Is it going to be a big jump? He's 4 seconds behind this time, so he must have made a massive mistake into one of the corners here around Shanghai Key Fusion. As you said, a mistake could hamper you and could ruin your lap.
Might have time to get another lap in, but he seems to have done 2 laps on the softs already, so they might be gone. And he might have time to come in and change them if he has another set left though.
NBC says, yeah, there's a few that could challenge. Should be a close race. Yeah, I have a very low doubt this will be a close race, and we have fingers crossed it'll be a clean, a safe, and a fantastic race. Let's see how the freshmen treat us. It wasn't that bad last season, but hopefully we'll get a better freshman league, and we'll hopefully have quick, challenging, and amazing drivers here as we had last season. But Centurion now is on his lucky fusion. Now we're going on board with him in the McLaren, now blistering through the straight over 320 kilometers per hour now into the hairpin. He locks up, which is very, very common. That front right is very easy to lock up. Now he's going through now the final corner now into the left hand. He goes into the pits. As there's yellow flags, someone must have spun, or they're just slowing down to make a gap.
There we go, the yellows have gone now.
Yep, they have disappeared from the distance, but the biggest surprise in qualifying is Itla. He's P6, so Itla, he wasn't pretty quick, but not quick enough to challenge in the championship compared to Leo Cat in the academy. These times are correct. As times are correct race-wise, you're going to have a dominant season again, the freshman. Yeah, Mason, Dexter, it's pretty close, but these drivers can improve. As now, I think Mason's not going out.
That's a bold call.
So maybe I think he's doing a bit of a strategy here to not go for any tyres. I think he's now going out. Yes, he is. I believe that's just a bit of a bad call there from Mason. 83.
It's going to be close.
He won't
be able to make it.
He won't make it. So, he has went on fresh tyres. So I believe he just should have stayed in. But he could have maybe just went out a bit earlier. Maybe tried to improve that lap. But maybe try to go for a Red Bull master plan to try and get an extra set of fresh soft tyres, which could be beneficial in race, maybe for a safety car. So you can have fresh tyres. As now everyone else is now on his laps. As now the Edgester now will be the big one, but Tonios now is now approaching the final parts of the circus. Attenen's retired. He's gone. I believe he's retired from the race completely. And as Tonios picks P6, I believe Attenen's just retired manually.
Maybe he wasn't going to improve on his lap.
Yes, I expected maybe a crash as Infernal retires from qualifying. Balada Harris cannot improve, but actually he's still doing his lap. But now we're on board now with the Edgester, as now who is now going to the long straight now. Over 320 kilometers per hour was recorded on one of the drivers. Let's see, is a car quick enough to do that? So now someone's weaving close. Now he has to make sure he lets him pass now. does not lock up, which is great news for Dexter now. Dexter now goes through, does not invalidate Eatler. He's kind of blocking Dexter against with dirty air maybe, but now he's going for a final corner. DRS open, is it pole? No, it's not. But third place, 2/10 up. B Roby, he's invalidated. Kebab Barrages, what can he do? In the Williams now going through the straight now, 1 kilometer long straight Geek Fusion. Kebab Barrages, he's crashed. As Antonios now behind him, maybe he can try and stop, but he's in an in-lap. Eatler as well, I believe, on a lap. So now Eatler's now going to absolutely give it everything now, just to throw the car now on the racetrack and to see does it respond. But I believe Mason 83 has put it on pole position, but can anybody somehow stop him? Tonios is on an in-lap, but now Eatler goes a bit deep, you know, but Centuri as well is on the lap, so let's see what can Centuri do. He's now on the long, as now Eatler goes very wide, does not validate, but Centuri now on board with him, and now let's see what he can do now, going to the hairpin, one of the hardest braking points, locks up in the process of it, now uses that curb probably now, going through the final corner now, just throw car now on the racetrack, make sure you don't invalidate, go too wide, what is it for P3? So, well done Centuri, so he's P3, and my prediction correct for only for P3, but that was great qualifying there, but that is a solid P3 for Centuri, as he is on the pace, but Mason 83 bows out to him. He takes qualifying by about 2/10, as Unique J with a fantastic result as well. But the bigger surprise was Sabo the Mister, who is P11 still, but that was a great lap from Centuri. But yeah, very close now, as now Geek Fusion waiting for that big one, the race.
Promises good things for the season. There's only 4/10 between the top four in the first race.
So here are the results, Geek Fusion. For everyone else, Mason 83 takes pole position from Unique J, Centuri, De Echta, Virobi, Kebab, Barrages, Tonios, Eatler, Actonen, Dazza takes the final spot in the top 10, and the drivers who is starting on the mediums, Sabo the Mister, Robert Codfather, Valdo Harris, and Infamella complete the grid, and it's 4 seconds between from first to 14th, but they had on the mediums on and did not have a pretty good lap, but that was a fantastic lap from Mason 83, which gave him pole position for Shanghai or the Chinese Grand Prix, and now we're waiting now for the formation lap and the race, as now we're going to be now going for the formation lap, Geek Fusion, and now this is where it's going to get very crucial. Now let's see what the the 11 to 40 take. I believe all of them will take mediums, or maybe even hards, if they want to go for the hard to mediums, which is possible, but maybe there might be some tyre troubles. But now the real deal, the race is approaching us now.
Would be a surprise to me if anybody takes softs from 11 to 14. Just doesn't seem worth the risk for the track position.
Medium hard is the best strategy. Yeah, that is a pretty good strategy, but you could do a very aggressive two-stop. Maybe you could, if you want to go very ballsy and very, very bold, you could do a hard to soft, which is just very weird strategy, but it can work. So Sabo the Mister on the mediums, Robert Codfather's on the hards, Valdo Harris and Infamella are on the medium compound of tyres, as everyone else is on the soft tyres. So around 5 to 7, 8 laps, they will be driving on the mediums, on the softs, until they visit the pit lane for fresh rubber, maybe for the mediums or the hard. Let's see what they will do. Maybe a very, very ballsy two-stop, or the the one-stop for soft to hard fusion. So, what do you think the drivers will do when it comes to stops? One stop or two stop?
I think it will be a one stop unless there's a safety car. I like what Robert Codfather's done here, starting on the hards, because he could stay out, wait until there's a safety car, and could gain a lot of positions.
Yeah, so as you can see, here's the predicted spit stop strategy from my screen. So it's a soft to hard according to Codemasters. And he said lap 6 to 7 on the soft, and then lap from then on to the hard tyres to finish off the race. But we're going to now be awaiting 28 laps around Shanghai. As you can see from the straight, you could just see the drivers just weaving to get the temperature. But yeah, we don't see a Raikkonen who's just on the straight there while everyone is weaving. But yeah, soft last few laps. Yeah, the soft can get very aggressively dropped in grip and increase very heftily in tire wear. But diffusion, we're approaching the start.
Looking forward to this. Hopefully, there's no crashes into turn one and everybody gets through it nice and clean.
It can be kind of chaotic in turn one. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't have good to know for tomorrow, but I'll test it again myself. Yeah, so yeah, soft. They are slow, that means after very few laps. Yeah, so yeah, now the drivers will line up on the grid, and Infamella takes the final grid slot and makes sure now he doesn't that the AI doesn't incorrectly go to incorrect the good stuff. But now, nevertheless, we are going to get lights out, but it's not yet. And now it's gonna be kicking off for the new season. So let's out away we go. Mason does get a pretty good start, but UDJ gets a better start. Now they're side by side. It's about 3 wide between the AlphaTauri, the Alpine. As now there's a bit of contact between the Alpine and Alfa Romeo. As there's contact between as now everyone's going off. As that's someone, the McLaren now going off the track and doing so. Very, very clean start between all of them. No contact made. Very little contact. But now everyone is now approaching. That's a big time, and that Eatler. What has happened there?
It's a reckless move.
Yeah, that's a
And
very reckless move, very aggressive.
Great start
Yeah,
by Unique J though.
yeah,
Into
Unique
the lead
J.
ahead of Mason.
Yes, so Unique J with a fantastic start, and as yellows have sector 2, Dexter.
The etchers in the wall.
He's in the wall. He must have spun, as there's no front wing for Dexter, so he must have had a big whack in the wall, and that means that is going to be very unfortunate for De Edster, who's now going to be just wrestling the car now. As now everybody is now away safely except De Edster and Eatler. Eatler does a pretty reckless move there. But yeah, Unique J leads now the way. Mason closely now. The two bulls raging to get past the Williams of Unique J now, so Mason's just all over Unique J as Mason, as now Roby goes a bit wide, as now Roby uses the ERS. Now the two Red Bulls are now wheel to wheel into turn one. Who's going to get ahead? And it's the two Red Bulls as Roby spun on the curb. He spun on the curb, I think. But look at Sabo.
Sabo's up to 6th already. I told you this medium strategy would be good.
He just gained so much track position, and it's just absolutely now. This is crucial now for Sabo to just push as hard as he can. But the softs are still pretty good. But 2-3 laps, they will start to deteriorate aggressively.
Etcher and Eatler are both in the pits.
As clip the incidents.
V-Roby's been off.
Yeah, it says V-Roby has been off as would we clip the incident? It will be definitely claimed. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, but nevertheless, Detch now gets past Eatler, who spins. So Eatler having a wretched race as he loses a piece of front wing, so he's got to pit again, unfortunately. As yellow flags in sector 1, as green flag racing. Eatler's left as the Acton now goes down the inside into the hairpin, and now he does get ahead of Kebab Barrages. So Acton now getting ahead of Kebab Barrages, and now Kebab Barrages going a bit wide as now Tonio sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with 36.6. So as now DRS is enabled Geek Fusion, which will increase the overtake rate.
He'd make sure to keep an eye on Mason when they get to the back straight, because he'll be close enough that he can have a go down into that big stop at the end of the long straight.
Yes, now Mason has a lot of ERS. There's a spinner into turn 1, and that is Dazzler.
And Dazzler.
They must have made contact. They must have made some contact. So both of them now, as now there's a big battle between Acton and the Kebab Barrages, wheel to wheel, bang wheels. As he bang wheels again, bit of contact. Nobody's got damage, I believe, unless they got very, very minor wing damage. But Kebab Barrages still behind. But now, look at Tonius now down the inside of Mason. Mason has made a mistake. Now we can't. Now Mason is going to be incredibly under threat with no DRS. But just look at the ERS he has. Dazzler spinning again at the exit of the hairpin. Eatler pits again. But Mason now going to be massively under threat. Mason not using the ERS at all. But Mason just goes by, lets him pass. Basically does not fight it because he does not want to use any ERS. But Mason does get a pretty decent exit from the hairpin, but he can't. But he's demoted to P3 because of the Alpine overtaking. But is it done yet? Geek Fusion.
On the one side, should be far and away ahead into turn 1. That was a good plan from Mason there, and getting back on the front straight. Also, with all the trouble that's happened for others, guess who's now into P10?
Mr. Robert Godfather. He is in the top 10, everyone. That is Infamela spinning out, so both of them must have having grill tyres. They must have been in the grill a bit too long, and they are absolutely cooking now, so hopefully they recover. But it's 23 seconds from Robert Godfather. Go, Robert Godfather. Come on, as now at the moment Tonios is pressurizing Mason 83. Mason now is gonna just hopefully he could try and get DRS, but Unique J is just pulling away.
Managed to pull a big gap now that Tonios is pressuring Mason. Ooh, Mason went a little bit wide there. It's going to be a repeat of what happened last lap all over again.
Yeah, so let's see what happens now. It's probably going to be the replica deja vu here. As now Mason is not using a bit of the ERS, but Tonios is using that ERS excessively. There's yellow flags. V-Roby has spun. Yes, he has. That is very unfortunate. So maybe the softs are just deteriorating. Just look at the Red Bull just losing temperature, losing grip because of the temperatures on the tyres. But Antonio's pits
into the pits
as well as Kebab, as now Tajiri follows him in yellow flags. Dazzler spinning again as he's pit for fresh medium, so don't think he's liking those at the moment. But Robert Godfather's P6. I just want to see him lead for one lap. That's all I want. V-Roby's retired in the pit lane, I believe.
Yeah,
if Robert Godfather, as he is Robert Godfather, his record 46 races and 0 wins, no pole positions and podiums. As yes, so Tonios might be looking for the undercut on Unique J. And Mason doesn't get a 3-second penalty for track extensions, but look at that is Sabo the Mister. Ooh, nearly losing the rear. Hopefully now Sabo does get past Accident. Accident losing grip now, as now Sabo will have the most grip, or maybe Robert Codfather, because he's got the most grip, because he's on the hard tyres, which are not that bad in wear. But now, as you can see, just look at Accident just defending from since Accident is not using any ERS now. He knows that Sabo might not be a bit of a disruption here, as he lets Sabo the Mister pass, but Sabo the Mister locks up, but Accident as
Oh, he spun. Oh no, and he's got wing damage as well. I was about to
that
say he
is.
needs to pit. He'll definitely need to pit now.
He has to definitely pit. Yes, exactly as now. Oh, Valadaharis. Valadaharis making contact, I believe, with Mason, with not Mason, with Actonen. I think they made a bit of contact. But look at a Unique J, Tachurian Kebab Barry just sends it to the outside. But Kebab Barry just extends the circuit so much. And now Actonen's into the pits now. Unique J is now pressurized. Look at this, Tonyos. They're not undercut. Unique J, but he has overcut Mason, but Mason is doing the one stop, and he's gonna try and get the tyres to the end of the race.
Robert
That's
Codfather's up to third.
oh come on, please. Hopefully he can lead. For just one lap because he's never, I believe, led a race from basically one lap or more. I believe, but there's now going to be a top 3 fight for the win. Valadaharis now picks up a 3-second time penalty. Valadaharis made a mistake. Look up Robert Codfather. Let's see, can he
just
pull
spun
this?
in turn one.
So acting and not having the best of races, but now Robert Codfather, come on, Robert Codfather. Now he's just hopefully he can send it to the inside. Let's see what Valadaharis does. He defends. Robert Codfather does go very, very, but look. He's gone pretty slow there into the corner, but still will be in that DRS. But Robert Codfather is now, as Valdaharis goes deep, this is Robert Codfather's chance now to try and get P2. Is he going to try and overtake? Now he's gaining. Come on, Robert Codfather. Now he does not think about it.
Out of
Said
it.
it. Yeah, he
Wise
has
choice.
backed out. Yeah, as Tajiri sets the fastest lap of 36.5. He's in his own league. Let's get about barrages.
Oh,
Whoa.
Kebab sends it round the outside.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he spun.
Nearly spun that. Yeah, that was pretty. That was kind of. As Robert Coffer gets passed by Unique J, he now lets everyone pass. He knows that nobody needs to be racing. He's not racing with them, and they're not their opponents at the moment. As Robert Coffather, as I believe, not Tony's got some lag because he got a connection. Tony's gained a lot. Yeah, that undercut worked a treat. As someone spun. Kebab Barrages has spun the right-hander. Yes, just before I believe he hit that curb left-hand side that just sent him spinning. But now Unique J now over Harris. This is crucial now. As that is Infamilla spinning again. As now, let's see that what
Junius is lining up the move now on Valadaharis.
he has to make this move, Geek Fusion.
Absolutely, otherwise he's going to lose touch with Unique J, and he does, as long as he gets out of the corner alright, which he does.
So Tonyos and Unique J still fighting, but Valdahar now Mason's got to do the task of getting past. He gets a 3-second time penalty of track extended there, go a bit too wide at the X's. Now Mason's got to now try to overtake now Valdahar. He lets him past. As now, no, he's actually not. He's fighting Mason, so Mason goes down the inside very easily.
And yeah, he's finally backed out.
And the British driver goes into fourth potential P3. Sabo leading the way.
Sabo's in a very good position here with the gap he's got over Unique J. 15 seconds before he's made his pit stop.
So, so I'm just going to quickly check. I'm actually curious. What is the gap? What's the Shang? Yeah, so I believe that, so the penalties right now, so Kebab Barrett just got 6 seconds of penalties, Daz has got 3 seconds, as well as Mason and Valdo Harris, which could impact them at the end of the race. So at the moment, Unique J now is closing very big, drastically, to Sabo the Mister, who's not probably going to make a pit stop, but now we're on lap 8, and here is the previous wins here, and the most wins RC8 with 2 wins in a row, and now he's unfortunately not racing here. Gavra, I believe, anymore, unfortunately. So yeah, but at the moment, but he has 2 race wins. But Unique J sets a fastest lap of the 35.9. Fantastic lap from him. As now Geek Fusion, now Sabo the Mister now has got the track position. Now he could maybe overcut some of the drivers even.
He could potentially, but it looks like he's losing a lot of time. Doesn't seem to be able to keep the speed on those medium tyres anymore. The Etcher's got a 3-second penalty.
So I've just found out 17.2 seconds he needs to get undercut, to overcut a Unique J and the gap to the leader. So at the moment, he would be about 5 seconds behind Mason at this rate. And then 1.2 seconds behind Mason at this rate. So this could be crucial now. Sabo the Mister could win this race.
Absolutely. And Mason has a penalty as well. That could factor in if Sabo stays penaltyless.
Yes, as now Atlas goes into the pits for the hard tyres, he's going to now be picking up maybe the pace, as now he's 5 seconds behind Dazzler after a very unfortunate event of spinning. It's an intriguing battle with
Valdo Harris is about to make a move on Robert Codfather.
Yes, as Valdo Harris said, looks to the inside of Robert Codfather. He's got no ERS. The Scottish driver in the Mercedes now looks as now that's Dazzler spinning once again in McLaren at the hairpin, but will Valdo Harris look for the overtake, but Rob Codfather stays ahead into the corner and is still holds on to P5, which Centuri is now close now to the pair of them, but now Centuri is now lining up the move. Now he looks to the inside of Valdo Harris, leaves him the space to maybe invite him there, but he's not close to try and attempt an overtake down there, but he looks to the inside, but he can't do it quite yet, as there's another opportunity. Valdo Harris is making a bit of mistakes, but he stays ahead of Centuri.
It's going to be a good fight at the end of the back straight between all 3 of them.
Yeah, obviously the straight being one of the longest, hence very easy for overtaking.
Valdo Harris is a bit wide. Centuri's through.
So Centuri takes P6, and now he's just got to now line up a move on Robert Codfather, as now he is now going to be under pressure from Centuri, the Finnish driver, now lining up move number 88 on the McLaren. Now he's going to be now soaring down the straight. Look at the slipstream, the ERS, and now the DRS. We actually no DRS for him, so maybe they have DRS, a 1 second gap at the DRS detection point then.
Ooh, that was a bit close there.
Just get a bit hairy and leery between the 2 of them. Valdo Harris now looks to the outside as he thinks better of it, as pretty smartly, like, backs out of trying to go down the inside, but now he's looking for Centuri once again. He's hunting him, but he can't do it quite yet.
Valdo Harris has so much more ERS than Centuri and Robert Codfather.
Yeah, Valdo Harris is 80% as heads to Centuri, and Robert Codfather only 20%, but Robert Codfather's got a bit wide there, but now he uses ERS to defend himself. But this
Valdo Harris has just nearly hit Centuri. Ended up going really wide.
This is getting very close, but unfortunately Valdo Harris nearly makes contact with Centurion Robert Codfather, which could result in a very big incident there.
Oh,
But
Tonios just made a mistake. Mason's through.
oh, that is crucial. That is very
He lost the
crucial.
back end coming into the hairpin.
Sabo's still going though. At the moment, the man, he's not pitting yet, but in about 3 to 4 laps, he's gonna pit for some fresh rubber, and that's for the yellow, white striped halves. But Unique J is only getting by 1 second to Sabo. So Sabo has been treating his
Mason's
tyres very
still
kindly.
15. Might be in with a really good shot here.
Yes, so Sabo could get this win. He could get it. But Tonios now, after his mistake, is looking now to own up from the mistake. As now, yes, Sabo should be pitting soon, J and B Cyril. As now, hopefully, Tonios can own up from the mistake. But Mason still hanging in there, as well as Tonios. But hopefully, this will be.
Venturi's just made the mood on Robert Codfather. The inside is turn 1.
Very quick and easy there. Like bread and butter for Centuri. Piranhas now moves up into P5 and 2 places to get one of my predictions correct. But Sabo could win this actually. He could win this. He's a good shot. Ooh, Mason makes a mistake into after the left-hander and then after the long right-hander. And he actually made a mistake. Tonios got very close. As now Geek Fusion now going to be looking now on to Tonios. Now Tonios now with only 20% ERS. Hence Mason's got 60%. Now he's using his ERS, depleting it to make sure he's ahead. Now he stops using it because look at the gap. It's just 1 second. So now Tonios could be under threat from losing this DRS, but the speed he gains is very, very mighty. But Valder Harris now closing on Robert Codfather. Robert Codfather has no ERS, as Valder Harris has 30 now, and there's a spinner that is
Infamella's gone round.
Yeah, Infamella's not have a very good race, very wretched as he nearly goes fully round again, as very unfortunate. Sabo now losing very big time now. But
Valado Harris is in now, so that means Sabo should be in sometime soon.
Yes, now that signals Sabo might come in this lap. Maybe Kebab Barrow just gets another 3-second time penalty. That I think amounts to 12 seconds. Yes, it actually is. So that could impact him a lot. But look at Tonios now looking on Mason. He's just sniffing around Mason's Red Bull to just see what will happen. But it's looking very, very, very feisty and spicy here at the circuit of Shanghai's. Tonios got a bit of a wiggle there, as now he's in the DRS. Well in now, yes he is now confirmed. He's just past the detection point. So Sabo will be now very, very quick now because of the top 4-5 are having 6 to 7 lap medium or hard tyres. Mason has 6 lap old tyres, and this is again very, very, very interesting, but especially from Tonios and Mason.
I don't think from the looks of it the 2-stop strategy is going to work. They don't look to have enough pace. Sabo's still 8.5 seconds ahead of Unique J on the 2-stop. Thought we would gain that time back by him.
Yeah, so Sabo now... Yeah, so Unique J's size not that bad yet. But now I'm just looking, so I believe my biggest prediction is Sabo's tyre is around 45% tyre wear. I've got a bit of a prediction. This is 45% tyre wear. As I believe because the tyres look in that kind of condition. But now we're just watching Tonios and Mason battle it out, as Tonios just putting in big pressure. That's the direction. Yes, I believe he's touched a curb there. These curbs around this circuit deem to be the enter Death Valley.
You touch one and you're going around. Simple.
The curbs around this game are very, very punishing, and there's an example right there, as the Edgester has unfortunately spun. But look at Torios now, he's out of DRS, but he was in DRS earlier from the action point. But let's see, is he in that DRS? Yes, he is. So now this is crucial for the race now, Geek Fusion,
Sabo's
because
into the pits.
Sabo is in. Yes, he indeed is. But speaking out of DRS around every circuit is as crucial as pace, because that just gives you, now let's see where does Sabo go. So all eyes are now over Tuncuri and Sabo the Mister. Now Sabo approaching the end. There's Tuncuri, and Sabo is fourth.
With brand new hards, and he'll only have to do 13 laps on them. He's in with a real shot of this win.
Yes, now he is around 15 seconds to Unique J, and Unique J, Tonios, and Tuncuri, and yeah, so the pair of them, they could be under threat. Mason is going to stay out, definitely, as now that's a Williams of Barrages at turn 1. He's entered the Death Valley alongside their Edgester, who is into the pits now to get a set of mediums, I believe. Yes, he is. So, yeah, these curbs around this circuit. I think the strategy says around 13, 14 laps. Sabo's all or nothing for Sabo here. He could be on the podium here for the first round, but the one to watch is Unique J. This man is putting in a pretty good race at the moment. That start from him was just starlight and amazing. He has absolutely nailed the start. Mason 83, never the best of race starts, but now he's redeeming himself slightly, despite having a 3-second penalty. Tonios as well, having a fantastic race, but Sabo, all eyes on him, and now the vote is, will Sabo the Mister win the race? As now 71% say no. 71% of the prediction says no, Geek Fusion. What's your thought about that?
It all depends on how quick Sabo's going to be on these new hard tyres. If he can close the gap to Mason, then he has a real big chance. Mason's penalty could play a big role in who wins this race.
Yeah, so Sabo, he's getting about 7/10 in around 2 laps, so it's not the big deficit, but that is something. So that means now the tyres from Unique J and Tony are starting very, very slowly to deteriorate, and not that aggressively yet. But now Sabo the Mister, I believe, Sabo the Mister and Unique J are the ones to watch. But Sabo is looking very, very hot and spicy, and now he's got absolute belief in himself. Now he can win this race. Who is that spinning
Infomella's just spun coming out of the loop.
Yeah, coming out of the before the big strays. Now his teammate laps him. Oh, someone's had a big crash. There's Gavra just hitting the wall there. He's hit the wall there. Straight on he goes, and that is at the the left hand. That's a big crash.
Yeah, he lost his entire front wing as well.
Yeah, so the Italian.
Unique J's into the pit for his second stop.
Oh yes, so now Sabo. Here comes Sabo. Now he's going to be now of 6 seconds. But there is Unique J on the fresh mediums. But look how close Unique J and Tonios are. They're a bit close though. 7 seconds, which is a bit second pit for Tonios, yes. So now it's game on now for Sabo and Mason. Mason has 3 seconds of penalty, so now Sabo has to get in 6 seconds in 11 laps around this twisty-turvy and challenging Shanghai circuit. So let's see, can he wrestle that Ferrari into first place? And is it going to be Ferrari enduring the podium and the champagne at the top step? Or is it going to be those Raging Bulls taking it. Mason can't get to the end of the hards. Yeah, it's a pretty big risk. 22
He'll be
laps.
very close to a puncture if he does.
Yeah, he'll be like 5-10% off puncture territory, which is around 75%, where is puncture territory. And when you hit 75% instantly, you just get into the puncture. So here is the Williams team. Kebab Barrages versus Unique J, whose heads is currently third, as Kebab Barrages in the top 10, now lying there. So 35 races for Kebab Barrages, Unique J, 13 races, 1 win for Kebab Barrages, 2 pole positions, two pole positions. 2 pole positions for Kebab Barrages, then 4 podiums for him as well, as Unique J didn't have anything. So this will be his first win in Gavra Racing if he manages to somehow, as his yellow flags, that's Achternen, as he spun.
Sabo's starting to close more into Mason now. He's taken about 9/10 out of him in the past lap and a half.
Always look at Kebab Barrages and at Achternen, side by side. In their own league right now, this looks very clean. Looks very, very, very spicy right now. So now into the hairpin, they're still side by side, as Acton does not take any risks and drops down to P10, as now he's just in the DRS of Kebab Barrages. But Jim Bishop, I don't think they last 17 to 18. I think 18 to 21 laps. That's my biggest prediction. I've just tripped out. Yeah, really unfortunate, Dazza. Yeah, the curbs in this game are absolutely punishing, and nobody can agree more than me. And yeah, so Valdo Harris and Direction having their own battle as well. As Unique Chase is a fast lap of a 35.6. As I'm just looking now, Geek Fusion. Sabo isn't gaining that much.
No, he's not.
He's only gained 8 to 9 tenths.
Unless Mason's tyres really go off, Sabo might not have a chance. It might be Unique J challenging Mason.
Yeah, but Sabo's, it might. No, I lost electric. Oh, he's lost power. But not power in the car, but in his house, unfortunately. But yeah, really unfortunate, Dazza. But yeah, we're very unfortunate. Pretty bad race, but you'll come back stronger next round. I have a good belief. But yeah, I believe the Williams having a pretty good race, as well as McLarens. The McLarens not McLarens. I think just Alpine. Alpine have a pretty good race, despite nobody there at Alpine. Just only Tonios, Unique J, and Kebab Barrages not doing that bad. I believe they'll be leading constructors, but Sabo has not gained a lot. Hence, Unique J gained about 5 to a tenth to about 1.5 seconds to Sabo.
Mason's doing an incredible job, considering how old his tyres are, to keep Sabo at bay.
Yeah, so maybe Mason's tyres are not maybe even 40%, maybe 30% they maybe are, because the hards do not wear as quick as the mediums maybe might go. So maybe his tyres around 30%, 35%, or maybe 25 or something like that. But yeah, let's see what will happen now at the end of the race, because this will be very interesting. But Robert Godfather is still on those hards. 19 laps. 19 laps, Geek Fusion.
He might be going for a hard to soft.
He could gain a lot of time. Wait, let me see. He's going to get the points.
It'd be a great way to start the season. Robert Godfather in the points.
So his gap to lead. So I'm just quickly calculating So he would
Should
be
come out around 7th-ish,
yeah.
depending on his pit stop.
So he's 21. So he's around 21 seconds ahead of Cinturi. Cinturi could get 7th or even 8th, despite Dexter having a 3 seconds. Yeah. So Rob Coffman's gonna get 7th. Unique is closing the gap.
We've had the extra spin.
They're extra, so now that calls down Robert Koffauer P7. But yeah, but look at Unique J though, Geeky Fusion. No point in going on
He's
soft in the
closing in
race.
big time.
Yeah, it was about 5 seconds, 4.3 seconds. Now it's 1 second. As now the gaps have completely reset. I can't see a gap. So it's a
I've lost
stream.
them for me as well.
So it'll come back
Got a yellow.
eventually in about
Gavra's
20
had a spin
seconds.
in sector 1.
The Hebler saying no point in going soft in the race. Oh,
Depends how many laps he's got left though. Could be
That's
worth it if it's
Cinturi.
only 4 or 5.
I think that's Cinturi, yeah. Robert Koffel has gone on the soft. As now he is absolutely now going to be rapid. He's 6th. As now the now gets ahead of Dalada Harris, but Robert Koffel is P6. This is just scenes now as he's P6 in his first race. He's going to bag 8 points in the bag. And that is amazing to see.
I don't know what the exact gap is between Unique J and Sabo at the minute because the interval's gone, but I can tell you it's looking very close.
Yeah, yeah, look how close it looks though. It's the Alfa Romeo Eatler, Eatler separates them, but
3.4 seconds between them now.
3.4. It's getting
I
close.
think Mason, unless Mason's tyres massively go off, Mason's in with a very, very good chance of winning this. I don't think Unique J has the pace to get up that 10, like the 9.5 second gap that he needs to get Mason. But it'll be a good fight between Sabo and Unique J.
He needs to build 9 seconds in 6 laps, which is pretty much impossible. So I think Mason's got in the win. I think he's got it. That one stop could have absolutely just made him win this race, as there's a spinner. That's Sabo!
Oh wow.
No.
What happened there?
Oh no, I feel the flashbacks in my head now.
Oh, it happened last season as well, didn't it?
Whilst leading as well.
But he must have hit one of the curbs and it's just spun him.
Yeah, so now that is going to set him back a lot. Tonios now.
He's still on the podium though. He's got a 5-second gap. Should be okay for the podium.
He should be fine hopefully for the podium. But now that's released the nerves from Mason now. He's got no nerves now. He can confidently take the race win. As Unique J is completely zero, no ERS. Mason has about 40. Barrow just gets 3-second time penalty with 15.
That takes him to 15. Wow.
Not the biggest amount of time penalties for a driver. Someone had once about 30 seconds.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
That is
Dazza's spun again.
Yeah, very wretched race for Dazza. Very wretched. As each competitor's 45 seconds ahead. As there's a current poll for driver of the day. I was going to quickly have a look. Who is going to be leading this? As at the moment it's Mason. So it's Sabru, Unique J, Mason, Tonios, or Robert Kofffather. As one of them's rated Robert Kofffather and one of them's Mason. So for me, I think driver of the day's got to be Robert Kofffather.
Absolutely.
This man is not just one of the slowest drivers, but also one of the oldest drivers in the league, and he's P6 right now, holding off Etchter, who is a very
Just
quick
very
driver.
close though.
Yeah, so
Closed in quite a lot, so this will be an interesting battle.
hopefully Robert Carvalho can pull him off. If he's still good for podium for Sabo, yeah, hopefully we have now just hopefully he doesn't spins again, because last season, if anyone remembers, I mean Geek Fusion definitely do, he was in the lead about 10 seconds, he spins, crashes his Ferrari in the AlphaTauri in the barriers.
At least this time he didn't get damage. He's able
And
to
it's,
carry on.
yeah, because for a little carbon fibre flying off your car, could force you to the pits.
Absolutely, especially on this game with the phantom damage you can get sometimes.
Yeah, literally, yeah, the phantom damage, yeah, on the game. It's just the most little carbon fibre, which you can't see when you're like commentating on something like that, but like in the car visually you can see it, or because of the MFD. But at the moment, Unique J, Mason, and Robert tie on the vote, but Robert is now actually pulled the gap to 1.3 seconds. So, he's actually comfortably staying. But remember, he's got 3 seconds of time penalty, so Robert Gonzalez doesn't have to fight very hard right now. He just now got to make sure he is now comfortably now into that 3 second gap if he gets overtaken. But I believe Mason has got the win in the bag.
Absolutely, 10.5 seconds unless something majorly goes wrong. It's Mason's to lose.
Yeah, so now Mason just has to now relax, sit back. But Mason has put that strategy into absolute amazement. I think the two-stopper was a bit of a blunder for the whoever went on the mediums. Bit of a blunder, as so as you can see, tomorrow the Premier Series season starts, where Geek Fusion alongside me is driving the Aston Martin. Alongside, I'm not sure who, but he's going to be in the Premier Series. It's going to be very exciting. Hopefully he does great, because before the stream he was hoping he could try and get the championship, so hopefully he does that. But nevertheless, Robert Carfather and the Etchter are still close to each other, inches away from DRS.
He's holding him off though, to be fair. It's still 1.5 seconds now. Robert's doing a really good job.
Yes, this is just amazing. Yeah, LOL. Yeah, but yeah, Unique J is closing a bit.
Ooh, Kebab's had a spin.
Yeah, Kebab. Yep, Kebab.
Coming out of the loop again. Caught so many drivers out today.
Yeah, the curbs, the loop, especially the long left-hander and the right-hander. That has been, and the right-hand curve of turn one. That's been a death valley for most of the drivers here today. And probably the biggest candidate was probably Dazzo in Infamella and Kebab barrages. As now we're just looking, Unique J's not closing in that much.
No, Mason's done an incredible. I don't understand how his tyres are still as good as they are. How is he keeping up this pace?
So, yeah, definitely Geek Fusion.
How
but
long has he been on these tyres? 19 laps.
Wow. As JB Surreal says, Geek Fusion versus Castengel.
Here's hoping, JMB. We've done some practice lobbies and we're basically neck and neck. So hopefully it's a good season.
Yeah, so to make sure tomorrow at 8:30 in the evening in UK time, and if you're around Europe, it's 9:30. Premier Series has an interesting grid. Yeah, Premier Series has a very difficult grid to predict. I honestly, it's so difficult. It's to predict who's gonna win. It's very difficult. We've got a lot of drivers like Cryptek, Geordie, who's pretty quick, an old rivalry. Wait, Geek Fusion and Castengel were old rivalry. Right?
Yeah, in the academy we were neck and neck the entire way through. Had a couple of crashes, but we don't talk about
that. yeah. So maybe there's going to be another rivalry between both of you. But Acton and not Castengel, Kebab barrages. overtakes Acton and now going round to the inside pretty comfortably. But now Acton has the DRS now. They both battle to the flag now about is the penultimate lap of the race. But Acton
Fab's low on
gets
fuel as well. Just noticed. Got the fuel warning light.
also maybe so now he has to start now. As now he's gonna now have to start coasting and basically go a bit early on the brakes, just lifting earlier. Super League is the tightest. Hopefully, we have a good start into the new season. Very excited, yeah, as well. For all the leagues, it's gonna be absolute. Just grab your popcorn, definitely. But the Edgester and
Heblerino Mason has 3 seconds of time penalties. So it's not too big.
yeah, so Proteko says, or Teo says, what Super League predictions? Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it's going to be between Z-Tech and Tim this year.
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
so fast last season.
They were rockets, man. They were just rockets. But yeah, there's now Mason now looking to start the final lap. But Unique J is getting 3 seconds on Mason.
Maybe his tyres have hit the cliff.
Tires have hit the cliff, yeah. That was big.
Oh, De Etch has got past Robert Codfather as well.
Oh, it's ended.
He's still within 3 seconds, though. He's still within the 3 seconds, so he could still get P6.
Yes, yeah, he can still get P6, but at the moment he's on lap 27, so it's going to look very close.
It's going to be so tight.
Oh no, he goes pretty deep. Oh no. 2.4. No. It's now going into 2-second barrier. This is very close now. Confusion. If Robert Carfather does an absolute scream of a lap, he might actually get P6. But unless if I don't actually get to 3 seconds time penalty again, then that is definitely a P6. But probably the Mason after.
Oh, Mason's got red flashing fuel light. Even though he's coming around to the very end of the lap, he might be in trouble for fuel.
Oh. I was looking, he's got 0.4. Yeah, he should be not at risk.
Oh, yeah, he'll be fine then.
Yeah, I'm using my absolute sight. I'm using all my eyesight to try and see. So I believe Sabo has 0.8, but Mason. So now Mason goes round the final corner, take his first win in the freshman league. He does take the win. Unique J had the pace, but was just not enough for Mason. Takes P2, Sabo the Mister for 11th on the grid. He's done a great strategy, but just the mistakes he does. That one little mistake hampered him a lot. He takes P3 to complete the podium. Tonios, good race. He challenged for the win, but further mistakes lost him the race. Win potentially. Tenturi, fantastic race from him as well. Takes P number 5, but De Extra is 4 seconds ahead of Robert Codfather, unless Robert Codfather, unless Dasha makes just a big mistake.
Oh, Attenan's in the. Oh no, sorry, Valadaharis is in the wall.
Oh, he's been there, I believe. I think he's in the wall. Yeah, he is. Robert Codfather, take a bow. He's in the points. 7th.
He's 7. Great way to start his season.
Yes, and then Valadaharis now approaching the end of his race. He's got no front wing. Dylan having a good race across the line, but Valadaharis is the only one who has. But congratulations to Mason. Mason, what a drive from him. 22 laps on the tire, on that tire, and yeah, that the tire is like 50% tire wear. So that So yeah, congratulations to Mason in the chat. Congratulations, that was a fantastic strategy.
Absolutely,
Fusion.
Mason. That was 22 laps. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so I see on his tyre he's got that blister, that lining. So like left of it looks different, but then like on the middle, it's like a bit of a scarring on it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
like 45 to 50% tyre wear that shows. 50% in 22 laps. So that can carry out a lot of strategy data for the Premier Series drivers. And yeah, strong comeback from the Esch as well. But Mason 83, bow from him as well. Fantastic strategy and fantastic time management as well. You've managed to make that work. As me and not sure what's going to happen, struggled early. Yeah, you struggled. But yeah, thank you, Jamie Shaw, for the great commentary. Yeah, it was really, really intense and interesting. But fortunately, that concludes the Freshman League. But we're not done yet for this weekend, though, Geek Fusion. So tomorrow we have the Premier Series. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be commentating unless if there is a spot I can. But for tomorrow, we've got two Saint. Wait, I haven't told the results yet. So Mason takes the win. Unique J, Sab with the Mister, complete the podium. Tonios, Tunshiri, Dashted, Robert Father, Valda Harris, Actonen, Kebab Barrages complete the top 10. Eatla, unfortunately, as well as Informal Desert v Roby, completing the table. All of them having a bit of a wretched race, but bows out to Robert Codfather. Played bowling with me on lap one. Yeah, there was a bit of reckless moves in, but yeah, that will be investigated hopefully, and will
absolutely.
to
Put a claim in, and you see what can happen.
Yeah, for next week. As thank you guys for watching. That was just some race. I can't believe that. That was a great race, Geek Fusion. And unfortunately, I have to conclude
That was an awesome race. Yeah, absolutely. That was an awesome first commentary race for me, guys. You drove absolutely incredibly. And we'll see you. Where are we next week? Are we Bahrain, XFL?
I believe a Bahrain, but but make sure tomorrow we have the Premier Series where Geek Fusion races in Aston Martin, and as well as Castangle and everyone else, and some other drivers, Alex Skinner, Mac. Thank you, Gavra Racing. Gav was saying, great job. But yeah, so for Wednesday we have the legendary Toussaint and Born Evil making his debut or her debut. I'm not sure who, but I believe Born Evil's going to be commentating with the Toussaint on Wednesday, with the Premier Series on Thursday. We've got the real deal, the top of the guns, Super League, and me and Ty are going to be taking you through that, and that is all we have for today. But good luck for the Premier Series drivers. I'll be looking aside from the Twitch chat, and hopefully it will be a fantastic race, and I'll see you very, very soon for the races. Goodbye everyone, have a good evening.